I wanted to get together with a couple of realtors who are on the ground throughout the tri-state area and trying to figure out what we can do, what kind of information we can get to some of our clients, some homeowners out there, some home buyers out there on what's going on in the marketplace, what they're seeing, a real reaction, a live reaction to the marketplace. I'll have each of them introduce themselves and let them know what's going on and what they're seeing in their marketplace. Clearly, what we're seeing from the mortgage end, as many of you have heard and seen, the Fed has done some unprecedented activities in lowering the Fed funds rates, which would lower the cost of funds between banks. At the same time, they're buying mortgage-backed securities and treasuries, which will be pushing liquidity into the mortgage market, which we haven't seen for a couple of weeks. And hopefully that's going to lower rates a little bit further down. Much to everybody's surprise, the mortgage rates are not zero. The internal banking rates are zero. And there's a lot of different stimulus that the Fed is implementing to try to help put in as much liquid into the marketplace to get the banking sector flowing. From the real estate end, I guess we're going to go in alphabetical order. We're going to start with Cassie in terms of just seeing what's going on in Pennsylvania. Please introduce yourself and let us know what's going on with you.
All right. Hi, I'm Cassie Lukasiewicz. I am an agent with Berkshire Hathaway, and I work in Philadelphia and Montgomery County. What I would say right now is that I haven't necessarily seen much of a change. So I did an open house on Sunday, and it was very busy. I also have some buyers, and then I was supposed to have a listing appointment tonight, and it was postponed, but I think we're gonna probably work something out. So from my standpoint, nothing has really changed as of yet. That's not to say it's not going to change, but I haven't seen anything too drastic just yet.
Awesome, thank you, Cassie. Isaac, what about you? Introduce yourself and let us know what's going on.
Hi, good morning. My name is Isaac Rosenberg. I'm with Compass Real Estate in New York City. What I've seen is a lot of fear, as we all know. I think a lot of it is warranted. I see New York State halted all evictions. I think that's a big deal. I also think that for anybody that's been on the fence to buy over the past year, if they have the capacity to transact now, meaning if they weren't hoping to pull out their money from the stock market to be able to purchase, if they have the cash, now is as good a time as ever to start transacting. They may not be able to actually finish a transaction right now, but I think it's, I've had yesterday 2 clients that started the pre-approval process, which we did everything over FaceTime. Yesterday was one of my busiest days in a long time. I was on FaceTime calls with clients and colleagues much for 9 hours. So people are definitely interested in what's going on. They are looking for opportunities, and I think the opportunities are there for people that are able to transact.
Awesome, thank you, Isaac. Josh, what are you seeing in Staten Island? Introduce yourself and let us know.
Joshua Katz, the broker owner of Katz Realty in Staten Island in New York City. So far, from a buying perspective, I've had most buyers are still looking. They're a little stalling because they feel the market's going to drop as more and more, people are fearful about what's going on. They feel that every price are going to drop. So, hey, let me wait and see what's going to happen. But on the other hand, I have offers coming in from buyers. So on that end, I haven't seen a slow up just yet. I did have 2 deals fall through already because of what's been going on. One was in contract. That was an older couple that are scared of moving out of their house now. And the buyers acquiesced to it and they just canceled the whole contract. So that deal is over. At another commercial deal where the guy just lost a lot of money in the stock market. So he wasn't willing to put his down payment now because he's just nervous about what's happening. So I do see that in real time about people being nervous, where their money is coming from. People were supposed to be getting gifts from parents in terms of purchasing a house. Their parents can't guarantee that they're going to have that money now. They just lost a lot of money in the stock market. So on that end, I am seeing, that of a difference depending, I guess, who the client is, who the buyer is. That's on the buy end. On the selling end, people are still looking to sell. They're more nervous about letting people into their house. That's for sure because they don't want to take those risks. But they're still looking. If someone is looking to sell because they want to move on, they're not all of a sudden deciding, hey, I don't want to sell anymore because of this. So they're still moving ahead with that, and that's still going.
Awesome, thank you. All right, Michael, what's going on in your neck of the woods? I know you're covering multiple territories, so let us know what you're seeing.
Yeah, sure. So, hi, Michael Meier, broker owner of Meier Real Estate. Been selling real estate for 16 years now in New York City, Brooklyn, and Queens. So what am I seeing? Really a mixed bag, and something that I think is changing daily. It literally changed since we started this call. I'll explain in a second. But because behind me having this, I have a computer screen and I got a message. So the short of it, in the last week in my company, we had 4 contracts signed, buyer and seller signed it and went into contract. So some good activity going on. I had 1 deal that we had accepted offer on, contracts about to be signed. In our marketplace, the contract gets signed later on in the process than in other parts of the US. So the contract signed, it's done. There's no attorney review after that. So it's pretty much done. So about to sign it, this thing came out. The buyer is more of an elderly person, got nervous and said, I'm gonna put a hold on this and we'll see in 2 weeks what's gonna happen. So she pulled out of signing a contract ready to be executed. But at the same time, 2 other offers jumped in on that property. We called everyone and said, hey, deals fell apart or there's a delay. Do you want to jump in and grab the opportunity with the low rates? So, you know, people are definitely changes going on, but still obviously a lot of interest. What changed in the last few minutes? I have a listing on the market for sale. We plan on doing a open house tonight. We have somebody very interested to come in and see it. Just got a message from the owner that his roommate has fever now and a cold, and is going to go get tested for the virus. So obviously we're not going to show that property anymore till he gets better, and definitely not for a few days till we get the results of that test. So, you know, it's kind of a mixed thing. The owner definitely wants to sell. And as you can see, there are a lot of buyers that are jumping in to buy, but we're just being very careful, very cautious. We are not going into a home where we think somebody might be ill, and we are not bringing people into a home that, you know, has traveled recently or might be ill. So, you know, that's what's going on. And there's definitely a little bit of anxiety for people to go out. At the same time, it's significantly less anxiety than I would think people would have. I would think people would be more careful and cautious to go out, and yet people are really out there thinking now is an amazing opportunity because rates are low and they're afraid that they're going to lose that opportunity. So if they're healthy and the owner is healthy, they think this is an opportunity to run out and do business. So, you know, a mixed bag.
Awesome. Nope, I appreciate that. Now let's hear from Rivka and Ari, TeamAri in Ocean County. How you guys doing? What are you seeing in your marketplace?
We're uncertain like everybody else is, you know, besides being realtors. We're parents, we're grandparents. We are watching an account disintegrate on stock market.
Just like everybody else. But we're upbeat, and yeah.
We actually have a closing today.
Congratulations.
It doesn't get canceled. And the only thing I'm certain of right now is that we know nothing, you know, and I'll just share with you what my financial advisor shared with me about, like, he says to me, like, when you own real estate, you check every day what the value is. If you did, you know, if we had like reports every day of what our real estate is worth, we'd all freak out, right? And
right.
With the stock market too, if I'm not cashing in, what's the problem? So if you have enough equity and you're hopefully able to pay your mortgage, there's really nothing to worry about right now. What we've been trying to do is like be here for our clients. How can we help? Is it still a good idea for you to sell? Is it still a good idea for you to buy? And seriously, I've wanted to spread this thing like spread, share, not fair. We just mailed out a bunch of seed packets. Spring is coming. Coronavirus or not, like, we're all still trying to do our best here. So we're here for our community.
Stay upbeat and cheerful, and you know, life goes on. People freak out. They're going crazy. Hey, am I going to be alive tomorrow? Well, every day you have the same fears and everything. It has nothing to do with Corona. It's just like it becomes more real now. So we just have to.
We're just trying to be here. Show up for ourselves, for our community, for our family, and do what we can to help.
And we're positive, and if we can spread this cheer, not fear. I mean, that can help a lot in whoever is going to be here in the market, and not just like sit back and say, okay, it's gonna cash in at the end of this.
Right. Nope. Definitely makes sense. Definitely appreciate your feedback and insights. Just in conclusion, it sounds like we've covered a few different marketplaces. Things are stable. Business is happening semi as usual. People are trying to be optimistic and definitely trying to let people know that they can interact with people, even if it's virtually, to get information. I think that's the key. The key is, and Michael was saying this earlier, we have to figure out ways to continue to disseminate information, to disseminate reasons why people should be in touch with us. People should be in touch with their local professional legal attorneys, realtors, CPAs, financial planners, advisors, mortgage professionals, the right people who nobody has, and that's, some of the fear and some of the opportunity in this marketplace. Nobody has experienced this. This is really unprecedented. At the same time, people have been around the block. All of you have been in your profession for a long time and seen a lot of moving parts. And if your clients or clients who are out there, or home buyers or homeowners who are out there, are looking for competent information, they should reach out to some of you, all of you, and just get real market temperature on what's going on. And none of us can predict, but at the same time, we can really let them know what we're seeing in a calm and professional and stable manner. None of you here have tried to sell anything. Nobody here is looking to force any homes, any properties, any deals, any rates down anybody's throat, because at the end of the day, as all of you have said, it's about safety. It's about being careful and prudent and honest, and dealing with integrity, and continuing to maintain your positive and upbeat outlook on this. Things will change, things will improve, and we look forward to seeing that continued success. I want to thank all of you for being part of this podcast and webinar, and I look forward to communicating with each of you again. And we hope that we'll continue to see favorable outcomes very soon. And of course, our hearts and prayers go out to everybody who's been impacted across the globe. And we really, truly hope that things improve and we see speedy recoveries and success for everybody. Take care, guys. Thank you.